this exercise. And so there's, you know, some more shots of beautiful Chicago.
It is a lovely city. And this was the one moment where, you know, up until now we had been given the red carpet to pretty much go anywhere and film anything that we wanted to. This one was like your normal, you know, media-controlled situation.
My name's Jose Santiago, Executive Director of the Office of Emergency Management and Communications Chicago. Today we're having a disaster drill taking place here. What we have actually happening is that we have a subway train that has derailed, and we've had people injured inside the train. So we have a response of police and fire. Due to the fact that certain things that are going on in the world right now, we're going to make sure that that was a natural accident. We'll have the police teams go in there, sweep the area, but we do have simulated injuries and contaminants taking place on some of the individuals. This is a full-blown DHS drill that Chicago is working out with the National Guard, police, fire, and other agencies.
How many government agencies are taking place?
On this total exercise, which has been going on for about a year, we're looking at about 50 agencies.
Okay. Earlier today, we were at an exercise. Some Polish military were involved in the exercise. Is that going to be the same with this exercise?
Right now, with the Polish folks that were involved in this particular exercise, they were there as observers. They're visiting the country, and they are one of our sister cities that we go ahead and we train with all the time. So they came in and they were observing and watching how we handle our stuff, and then, you know, sharing information back and forth of what happens in Europe as opposed to what happens in America.
Okay. But are they going to be involved in this particular exercise today, or no? Observing?
No, just observing.
And he seems very adamant about it. I mean, you asked the question twice just to clarify there would be, you know, no participation. So obviously, you know, this is one of those things where you think about this large organization like FEMA or these even larger organizations working together, and there's so much misinformation, there's so many things that aren't being relayed to each, you know, side of the organization that's going on.
Right.
You know, how are they going to have your best interests in mind?
So while we were in Chicago, I was shooting the Willis Tower, which used to be called the Sears Tower, and I looked down, and Chicago has these roads that go underneath the main street level, and I noticed they were closed off right underneath the Sears Tower. And you know, I don't know if it's odd or not, but I went down to shoot some video just so to prove that, you know, they have blocked off the streets under there. Looks like they're doing some work, but there was nothing going on that day. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, security guard appears in a suit,
A well-dressed security.
Yes. I'm just walking around shooting stuff in the city. What's going on?
I can't allow you to film our entrance right here.
Oh, okay.
Are you with somebody?
No. I'm just walking around shooting video footage.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it for?
I put videos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or I'm visiting Chicago
Okay.
right now. So I'm just shooting the Sears Tower, and I was just shooting, you know, stuff on
Yeah. You can take as many shots as you like of the building, but I can't allow you to pan with that camera.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. What are y'all doing down here? Just construction, or?
Yeah, this is just construction.
Oh, okay. All right. And so now we're going to show you a few shots from Nowco. This was at the end. We caught a plane that the morning of this drill, so we went there at about 3 in the morning and hung out and waited. And they seem to be behind schedule most of the weekend.
They were way behind schedule.
Or most of the week, I guess I should say. So they were supposed to be set up by 4. Here's the sun coming up, and they weren't set up yet. Nowco is the company that supplies BP with correxant, the dispersant that they're using. So all the government agencies are working together.
Everyone's in bed together. That's what you realize when you start really researching this stuff. It's either somebody owns the company or they're best friends with the owner of the company.
Or they're on a board with another guy in the company.
Or this is all you'll need to do in order to get into the company.
So here they're applying, you know, fake blood. And they really ran them through the ringer on this exercise.
Here they are actually explaining what their symptoms are, what they should be acting like, if there's anything that they're trying to, you know, hide from the people that are trying to help them.
These guys were fast. They were pretty good. Just throwing. They were doing person after person in there.
It reminded me of doing haunted houses.
Yeah.
It's not so much quality, it's quantity.
That's right. And lots of fake blood. And in addition to the people, they also had a multitude of 150-pound dummies scattered around with various symptoms. So they were pulling out a lot of people, but unfortunately we weren't able to stay for that. We had to go back and catch a plane. And
the time we left, it was about 5 hours overdue.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, you're unable to get up there. You know, keep a hold of it, don't let it fall out if it does. We'll try to put it back on, but either way, you still got a hole in your chest, and I can see that, okay? I need some lotion. Keep it wet looking.
I saw some dates on, the paperwork that was strewn about it. That place was vacated in 1994.
Right.
So you have this building. It's now 2010. You're walking around this building. It's as if the world ended in 1994. It was just creepy.
And this is, I guess, an abandoned building in the middle of this huge plant in a suburb of Chicago,
which was operating. We drove around it.
Yeah. There's a lot of other stuff going on there. And this is about it. We got the Polish troops were on hand, of course, observing. I'm going to put that in quotes.
Lightly participating.
Yeah. Should this be a mission of our National Guard? Should they be working with foreign governments, foreign police agencies on these exercises? And they obviously think so. That's a culture that they need to drill with as many people possible.
Each exercise had a designation that basically made you think, yes, this is what the National Guard should be doing. Oh, a plane crash. Yes, that's what they should be doing. But in addition to the plane crash, there's also a terrorist link in there, and they're getting terrorist information.
Right.
Every exercise had some sort of, alternate plot line that included terrorist plot, Homeland terrorist plot,
It was all
civil
homegrown.
insurrection.
Yeah, it was homegrown. They did one exercise that was not anywhere in their literature, and at Toyota Park they were going to have a civil disturbance that night, the night we were at 15th and Clark. And that was pretty interesting because they didn't list that anywhere.
Right. It was at the last moment, and things had been very transparent for us with the National Guard. They filled in a lot of the blanks, but every step along the way, there was always that one missing part, or you would find out just moments before it happened, and that's completely understandable. But to have all of this literature that's printed out, but not include the fact that you're doing this civil insurrection and civil containment.
Right, at the place where you're setting up your staging area. That's your command center.
And we did specifically ask, was anything going to be happening around here?
Right.
And they basically said, no, this is
where we
eat.